You are welcome again. This is now going to be our fifth lecture. The fifth lecture, we are going to start with family planning. I welcome you again, all members. Feel at peace as we handle family planning. And family planning, actually I've got right to the definition of family planning, but before you even define family planning is not a terminology. It has been defined, and we shall still continue to talk about it because now it has come to be part of us and has come to stay with us. Here we are saying family planning is the ability of individuals and couples to anticipate and attain their desired number of children and the spacing and timing of their births. I think that is self-explanatory. Where couples we decide on the number of children that we are going to have. When are we going to have the firstborn, and when shall we have the second? So it's just an organization. It's a decision made by couples, married couples, to do what? To anticipate about the number of children to have. And let's look at the importance of family planning. Why family planning is important. Number one, we are saying it prevents unplanned pregnancies. Yes, here you get pregnant by choice. If you do not feel like you should not be pregnant, there is no way, because of the methods that has come in place by family planning. You can use a condom, or you can use injections. There are so many. Number two, reduces pregnancy-related health risks. Yes, remember some of our mothers, their uterus, actually they don't have their uterus. So some of them during time for giving birth, at times they do not give birth normally. They are forced to what? To remove out the uterus to serve the what? To save the life of the mother. So such related issues can be what? Controlled by family planning. You get pregnant when you feel I should get pregnant. Lowers the incidence of STI, including HIV. Because here now, remember, you are protecting. You can use the condom to protect, so that you do not get the sexually transmitted diseases, the sexually transmitted infections. Another point we are saying again, it increases responsible sexual behavior. Yes. Here now you have sex with a lot of responsibility. It reduces the issues of what? Rape. Because someone who would have gone, maybe would have gone to look for those young girls and whatsoever. The wife is there, is not pregnant, because they are using family planning to control when to have the baby. So a man who would have gone on a girl or somewhere else would say, I have my wife, let me go and use this family planning method so that I do what? I satisfy my need. Socio-economic benefits. Yes, it helps the couples to plan how to what? To control their family. Because of spacing, the mother and the father, they are able to plan for the number of kids, and they make sure that they get the best needs, and they also have time to do what? To transact the business. The time that would have been spent on children, it is spent on some of them tilting the garden, some of them digging, some of them doing businesses. At the end of the day, this brings money in their pocket, does economic benefit. Now let's look at the family planning methods. Family planning methods, we have the hormonal contraceptive methods. Whereby here with the pills are used, and the implants, the injections. Yeah, majorly here under this, under the hormonal contraceptive methods here, we use the implants, the pills, and the injections. But always make sure that you read the whole paragraph, and you read, and after reading you summarize. I'm just guiding you, a hint on the points. The rest of the work, it's going to be done by you students. We have oral contraceptive pills. Here now, the oral contraceptive pills, you always hear the mothers, they always either, some of them, it depends on the choice. Others, they do take it in the morning, others take it, but it's taken once in it. Every day you take one. Yes, as you take that, it prevents the pregnancy. And then here we are talking about the injectable contraceptives here. This one given by injections into women's arm. They give you an injection at the arm when you're ready. It actually depends. You can say, me, I want, but it's periodic. It's done periodically. It can be done a month to 2 months, 3 months, depending on the type of injection or injectables. You have the contraceptive implants. These are inserted under the skin of a woman. A woman's upper arm. They open the skin at the upper arm of the woman, then they enter this inside the skin of the woman. Let's look at the emergency contraceptives pills. Now the emergency contraceptive pills. These are taken up. Actually, they are taken after 3 days. That is after having the unprotected sex. So you go and you take these pills after 3 days. Times maybe you've been raped, you've been forced into sex, and it's not the right time. You fail. So to protect that, you go and you take the pills. We're going to number 6 now. Number 6. Have the intrauterine contraceptive devices. These are just small. They are small and flexible plastic devices that are what? Inserted into the human's uterus. So here, this is very small, but it's put in the uterus of the what? Of the woman. I think you can even see. You're going to, during your free time, you will see that, how it's inserted. You see the way it is. That's the uterus of the woman. It's the uterus of the woman. And this is now the what? Being inserted. I think you can see that. It's practical. You're going to see it by yourself. Another method, we have the barrier methods. Yeah, now the barrier methods here, it can be either the female, the male what? Condoms, which is what they use, which are used. Have the fertility awareness methods. The rest of the point, breastfeeding. Another method is breastfeeding. So you're going to read on your own. Withdraw. Another method you have withdraw method, whereby here let me talk about withdraw, where a man does what? If that time reaches, a man powers what? Outside. Read on your own. Then you have female and male sterilization. These are just permanent methods of contraception. Now here, under sterilization, here it's just they go for what called surgery. Surgery. The surgery that is done. Surgery which is done, which like, and in most cases this is done like for those people who want to prolong the period of what? Pregnancy. Then there's calendar-based method. Girls know that. Yes. So girls will teach the boys. Okay. Then the basis of that method, how does this method work? The calendar method, of course. Okay, now these other things here about the calendar method, how does it work? But all these things, of course, they work depending on the planning that you made. The planning that you really you say, you sat down with your partner and you said, we are going to have this and this as a particular what at a particular time. So it depends on the what, on the planning between the couples. So now we are saying here there are two variations of calendar based method, which are described below. We have standard days method, then we have calendar, the calendar line, the calendarism method. And the standard days, this method is for women who have their menstrual cycle on a regular interval without much variations. Now this one we are saying it is standard. There is no what varying. Maybe if I had my menstruation period, let me say I'm a lady and I had it in the other time I had it in Jan, the other time I had it in August, I had it, yeah, it keeps on varying, yeah. It's not standard, but we are saying it was standard. After such a period, it comes back. After such the menstruation, I had it in this month, and this month I'm going to have it maybe, let me say, at every 28, every 20, mine is 15 every month, 15 every month. It is standard. If it's 15 every month, it's 15 every month. If like that, yeah. It does not. I had it in 1st of Jan. The other day in Feb, I had it 30. Not 30. We don't have 30. I had it in what 15th. In March, I had it in 20th. In April, I'm having it in 30th. Yeah? It keeps on varying. For you, it's not your what. It's not your method if you are such a kind of a person. Then number 2, where we are saying the calendarism method here. Here we are saying for women who have an irregular what period, typically less than 26 days or more than 32 days. They are the ones who use this kind of method. They have an irregular period, typically it's less than 26 or more than. Less than or more than what? 32 days. They are the ones that are advised to use this calendar type. The pros and the cons. The pros and the cons of calendar-based family planning method. The do's and the don'ts. This method of family planning, remember, it's natural. It's natural. It's unlike these others. So it does not cost anything other than time and effort. There is also no requirement of any additional tool or device. The women get to understand even their body, their menstruation cycle, etc. That not all women can accurately, that is now we're talking about the cons now, accurately monitor their menstrual cycles. However much we are using it, not everyone can do that. Now, like the standard day here, it cannot be used by remember the other women that we say they're having regular what? Yes, that standard day can't be used. The irregular periods cannot be used by them. To be 100% safe from pregnancy, the couple might still need to use alternative contraceptive method. It's not what? 100% safe, the calendar one. It may only actually, it can be 85 or 88 effective. Let's look at the supporting information under that. Supporting information. Fact 1. Hormonal contraceptive methods. Of course, now this one we said includes pills, injectables, implants, and all these prevent pregnancy by what? Stopping a woman's what? Ovaries from releasing eggs. They stop a woman's ovaries from what? To release the eggs. That is the fact about that. All those that are under hormonal what? Contraceptives. By stopping the woman's what? Egg to release, or the ovaries to release the what? The eggs. That is now in fact. These other stories, please. Kindly, I beseech you, during your free time, read through this, because some of these are what? These activities, duties that are going to be assigned to you after your profession, what you're going to be doing in the field. So do not just take it for granted. Me, I'm hitting just on the major points in our topic. So members, I urge you, I beseech you, I diligently encourage everyone to make sure that you read these notes word by word, because you are not just reading these notes and you stop here. No, it's going to be important in the near future in the field. These are the very notes that you will need. Let's look at, I think, yes, it's fact number 2 now. We are looking at fact number 2. Oral contraceptives, pills, should be taken 1 pill every day. Pull it up. They are most effective when pills are missed. Now here, the rest of this, you can take your time to go through. Every day you take one, and these, they become more effective when you do not miss any pill. Now here the instance is, one day if, like for instance, you go a day without taking, you might get pregnant, because we are saying it's more effective when no pill is missed. Let's go to another fact. Go to fact number 3. The fact number 3. Sorry. Fact number 3, have injectable contraceptives are given by injection. You can even see injection into a woman's arm or buttocks once every 1, 2, or 3 months. It's only given once. It should be every month or every 2 months, or depending on the what? The type chosen. The type chosen, the type of injectable chosen, meaning the various what types of injectables. Injectables are most effective when women remember to come back for injection on time. Meaning here that the instance again is, you miss You do not go on time. If it's 31st of March, please, it's 31st. If it is 1st of Feb, my dear, note it. It's just 1st. So meaning is that someone who misses, for instance, who misses the 15th of April and goes to the 20th of April, they are most likely not to be effective. They are most likely to get pregnant because they have missed the fixed date that they are supposed to go and get the injection. Now, fact number 4. Under fact number 4, fact number 4, fact number 4, actually we are looking at contraceptive implants, whereby we said they are inserted under the skin of a woman's upper arm and provide continuous, highly effective pregnancy protection for 3 to 5 years, depending on the type of implant. When this time is over, new implants can be inserted during the same visit that the old set is removed. Implants are small plastic rods, each about the size of a matchstick. These rods are placed just under the skin on the inside of a woman's upper arm. Implants are almost 100 effective and can provide 3 to 5 years of protection from pregnancy, depending on the type of implant. Women have found implants to be among the family planning methods to use. Among the easy family planning methods to use. After implants are inserted, there are no further actions to take or additional costs until they are removed. No? Okay. We shall go through this other. Think about the implants now. I think the implants we stopped on fact number 4. So let's look at polio. The poliomyelitis. The poliomyelitis. or polio. If the other word is becoming a problem, hey, not all of us went to the same kindergartens. So guys, if the other word is becoming a problem, call it polio. And we are saying it's a highly infectious and sometimes fatal disease caused by a virus. It invades the nervous system and can cause irreversible paralysis. The disease usually affects children under 5 years of age. It's so common under such children. That's why we always immunize polio. There is polio immunization going on under children of 5 years. These others, you can the story. You have the diphtheria. Now diphtheria here. We are saying diphtheria is a serious infection caused by strains of bacteria called the Conbacterium diphtheria. The Conbacterium diphtheria that make a toxin bracket poison. It is the toxin that can cause people to get very sick. It is that toxin or the poison which makes us, the human beings, to be very sick, to the extent that now we just become ill when things have become now worse. The symptoms. Under the symptoms of diphtheria, here we have weaknesses, sore throats, have mild fever, swollen glands in the neck. Once you start now feeling those symptoms, just know this is diphtheria. But you first go for what? For diagnosis by a doctor. Let's look at diphtheria skin infection. The bacteria can also infect the skin, causing open sores or ulcers. However, diphtheria skin infections rarely result in any other severe disease. So now let's look at the prevention. Keeping up to date with recommended vaccines is the best way to prevent diphtheria. You just have to keep up to date with the vaccine that you ought to get at a particular time. Make sure that you get the vaccine on the dot, on the time. It's not let time pass and go. No. If the date was fixed to be 5th, it's supposed to be 5th. If it's 6th, it's supposed to be 6th. Okay? Pertussis, in bracket whooping cough. Pertussis. Now, if this word, this botanical terminology is disturbing you, my dear, do not bite your tongue for no reason at all. You can call it whooping cough. But you never know, in an exam, whooping cough may not appear, and pertussis appears. So it's better I cram both of them. It's the reason as to why we're giving both of them at a go. So that in any other case, you see something which is not whooping cough, you just know you heard about it. It's a highly contagious respiratory disease. Highly contagious respiratory what? Disease caused by the bacterium. The bacterium called Bordetella pertussis. Now you are health workers. These are words that you have to go and teach the community. Because it's here now we say it is a respiratory illness commonly known as whooping cough. Is it's very contagious. That one I think I've been just bacteria. How is transmitted? Remember I said it's a contagious disease, and it's found in us, weak human, and it's spread from what? A person to person. Yeah, this one actually, we are not meaning like if it spreads from a person to person, it's like maybe sexual contact. No. We are saying, as you are coughing, and the other one coughs and you're in the same room, so the bacteria spread through the what? It can be mucus, it can be the salivas to the neighbor. So as you're in a room, most of you are more likely to be affected by the virus, by the bacteria, rather by the bacteria. It's how it's transmitted from one person to another. The signs and symptoms: the whooping cough can cause serious illness in babies, children, teens, and adults. Symptoms of pertussis usually develop within 5 to 10 days after you are exposed. Sometimes pertussis symptoms do not develop for as long as 3 weeks. Early symptoms: the disease usually starts with cold-like symptoms and maybe a mild cough. The cough which is not serious. Hey, coughing. And you are like, the cough is coming. That is whooping cough. That is pertussis. It's also coming. You just know it starts slowly, by and by, slow but sure. So at the end of it, it becomes now serious. The cough can be in animal or not even there. Babies may have a symptom known as aphenia. Apnea is a pause in the child's breathing pattern. Now this word is here, apnea here. Like the child stops breathing, It's like it stops breathing regularly as normal. That's when now you start discovering the symptom of pertussis, the symptom of whooping cough is being manifested in my child or my baby. So the mothers, when you attend to them, you ask them, you try to interrogate them. When did this begin, and how does the baby behave at times? So like you get what you call a comprehensive information from the mom, because the mom is the person that abides with the baby all the time. So it's better you ask and find out from the mom, so that if you are giving a medication, you give a medication, a treatment according to the observation made by the mom. Early symptoms: runny nose, low grade fever, mild occasional cough. Then apnea, of course, that we talked about, the pause in the breathing of the baby. Everything here I think is okay. Let's look at the later stages, the later stage of the symptoms now. 1 or now 0 to 3 weeks. Here now the proxims, what we call fits. Fits, that these are like falling, you fall down, don't be confused by this word, the proxims. You know the proxims here, it's a terminology used by the medics, and you people, you're going to work with these people, so you just need to use these terms. Let these terms be part of you. Of many or rapid coughs, followed by a high what? Pitched whoop. Now after like coughing, that there's all like someone coughs, and that cussing now, that pitch, that pitch, and then it goes high, and when you are coughing, you feel now the pain. So what I'm meaning here. Then you talk about the vomiting. And you feel exhausted, you are so tired, Those are now these are the what? The practical part of it. Members, now here, let's look at a respiratory tract. Before you go to that, let's first of all look at now measles. And here we are saying measles, you can call it rubella. You can call it rubella, measles. Now here measles, a respiratory tract viral infection commonly found in children, caused by measles virus. Now let's look at the causes. Number one, bullet number, it's caused by the virus rubella. And number two, the virus lives in the nose or throat of an infected person. The disease is highly contagious, and virus spreads through the mucus, saliva of the infected person. The infected droplets spread into the air through sneezing and whooping and coughing, and may fail on surface. This can remain active for several hours. The risk factors include not vaccinated, vitamin A deficiency. The symptoms: there is fever, dry cough, conjunctivitis, or swollen what? Eyelids, and inflamed eyes, runny nose, sneezing, a reddish brown skin, rash, starts from head and spreads to whole body, a rundown or lethargic feeling, loss of appetite, watery eyes, photophobia, or sensitivity to light, that is photophobia, generalized body aches. Let's look at the complications now. Under the complications, ear infection, talk about diarrhea. It is the most common complication and can lead to hearing loss. Here meaning that the person can also even become deaf if the treatment is not given appropriately. So we are seeing measles as one of the deadly It's a deadly disease. If the baby does not receive treatment, we are seeing he might become deaf or either acquire hearing impairment. Now can also be can also diarrhea. These are complications, diarrhea in time to time, future duration. Other serious complications may include the following: have pneumonia, and this one can even lead to to death, just simply because of measles. You have encephalitis and cough lesion brain. Here now we have complications like the brain swelling and can also lead to what? It will make even the child what? Deaf or disabled. And once you become deaf, of course, now you will be among the disabled persons. Here now there is also subacute. The subacute sclerosis. Panencephalitis in a bracket SSPE. Here now, this by the way, it's very rare, but here like now the factor like here the what, the nerves become very weak. You feel the nerves are very weak at times, they are paining. Just simply because of the result of the virus of measles. Which is even acquired earlier in what, in life. So now let's look at the prevention. Isolate the patient, as measles is highly contagious disease, and any infection possesses the risk of infection. It's an self-explanatory. Now let's look at another subheading: treatment of common diseases. What is a disease? Disorder of structure or function in human, animal, or plant. Once you have the disorder in your function, you just know you have a disease. And we are not saying it's only limited to human beings, animal, a plant. Once all of these do experience a disorder in their function, they are not functioning normally as ought to function, we call it a disorder. And a disorder, it becomes a disease. What are the common diseases? The common diseases in the world. Number 1, we have ischemic or coronary health. I come again. We have ischemic or coronary heart disease. Ischemic heart disease is also referred to as a silent heart attack. The blood supplying, here we look at the blood supplying veins to the heart muscles temporarily get blocked. Silent heart attacks. Now here, the supply of the blood to the heart is temporarily blocked, and once that happens, someone gets a heart attack. The disorder is also referred to as the coronary artery disease. The coronary artery disease. What other severe symptoms connected with the symptoms now connected is this? We have chest pain, heart failure, Alzheimer's. All these, whenever you feel this, because these are not seen by anyone, you just feel the patient themselves, they feel the pain. Hey, once you feel, you just know. Let's now talk about stroke. We are saying generally occurs when an artery of the brain gets blocked or starts linking. Now here, the artery of the brain, once it gets blocked and there is no now coordination with these other parts of the body, automatically someone gets paralyzed. And once an individual gets paralyzed, in return they get what we call stroke. Once they stay paralyzed for some good time, stroke occurs. And how can one avoid these symptoms of stroke? You just need to exercise regularly. Every day, may do some exercises. Some of us actually, we are so rigid and we are really so fixed. Yeah, I'm very busy. You are going somewhere, you jump on a border. After the taxi to the border, you will never walk. Are you aware that some of the parents, their children in the school bus, from the school bus to the room, like that? And you find out the child is very unhealthy. But simply because the father, the mom is saying the child is growing fat. Oh my God, my child is healthy. Oh, mama. They do not know. You need to advise them. You need not someone just being fat that's healthy. No, for us in the area of science, we are saying no, it's not healthy. By the way, let me give you a secret that I always share with people that I teach. A normal human being, you ought to make 10,000 steps on a daily basis. Once you just do that steps, 10,000 what? As you're moving now, 1, 2, 3, like that. Those are what? Those are steps that you ought to make sure that you keep your body in good healthy condition, to keep your body functioning normally. Take food that is low in sodium. Avoid smoking. Let's look at another disease, influenza or flu. By the way, this is now very common. Wherever you go, more especially these days, whenever you go. But good enough when COVID came hard, it is negatives, but also at least there is some positive that we learned from COVID. People are no longer removing the masks, and masks actually they have helped to control, to prevent a number of diseases, including flu. You see in a taxi, you know your mask. You cannot easily acquire a flu from any other individual. So here we are saying in the influenza or flu, it is the third what? Detrimental disorder that can impact your overall sense of well-being. It makes you unconscious in simple terms here. And this one